Alright, let's do this! Whoa! Alright, what's going on, folks? Welcome back again. I got to get my spectacles on. This video is another Q&A. What is this? Number four, I think. It's number 4 Q&A video where you guys ask me questions and I look over them here, read them off, and then answer them, make a video out of it. I'm pretty sure this is the 4th one. Before we start, I want to say thank you guys for the 40,000 subscribers. Wow. Just wow, man. 40,000, 40K. Alright, I had to find it here. Anyways, thank you guys for 40K subs, man. That's unbelievable. You know, early on I set 2 goals, and one of them I passed a long time ago. The other one is about 10K away. And yeah, but I just never dreamed that this channel would go this far, man, this fast. Well, it's not been fast, but I guess in the last year it has been. The last couple of years maybe it's been growing, you know, quite fast from then, but from then before. Anyways, get to the questions. I'm going to leave a link down here, so if you got any questions, whether you've asked any before or not, click the link. It takes you to my community tab on the front page of this channel, and there's a place there that says ask your questions here. Tie into that thread and ask your question, and then every 2 or 3 months I'll look through them, and when I get a few of them, then I'll make this video. So I'm looking forward to making 5. This first question is from Snuffin. I remember talking to you. I don't know if you're female or male. I have 3 questions. Feel free to answer as many or as few as you want, okay? First question. What made you fall in love with doing guitar repair? Were you always mechanically inclined, or maybe did you start learning to repair guitars out of necessity? Well, I mean, that's 3 right there. Let me answer the second one first. Yes, I was always mechanically inclined. I used to work on cars. Used to be into racing and muscle cars and stuff. Well, still am. I just don't like to work on them anymore. I like to drive them. But yeah, I was mechanically inclined. And what got me into doing repairs, when I was a kid, as long as I can remember, I played the banjo. And my dad bought a old Gibson RB250 banjo. Paid a lot for it for that time. And you know, I played all the time, man. I practiced all the time. And it'd wear out. The frets would wear, and the neck would wart, and the head would need chains and stuff. And we'd have to drive sometimes 200 miles to a luthier to get, you know, fret replaced, or a fret job, or whatever the case was, you know. I've told about this before, by the way. Anyways, I would always ask the luthiers, you know, why are you doing that? Or what's this tool, you know? And every one of them, man, was always real kind about showing me and explaining, you know, what they was doing. And they went into great detail. Every one of them did that. And I got to, you know, repair my own banjo, and then people started bringing me banjos, and then guitars started to come. And that's just the way it was born. Alright, the second question. Where do you recommend guitarists draw the line for DIY work? I know there are many simple tools used that many of us have in the garage. But are there any repairs or adjustments you recommend leaving to a professional? Yes, there is. Because you can really mess up a guitar or an instrument if you don't know what you're doing. If you know, if you got a problem on your guitar and you know how to fix it, you know in your mind what to do to fix that problem, then by all means, yes, go ahead. But if you question yourself the least bit, then do take it to a professional luthier and let him look at it, or her. Don't tackle it yourself, because I'm telling you can get in some really big messes doing that. I would even recommend, you know, if you want to learn, go out to an old music store or a swap shop or something, get a cheap guitar, just something you really don't care anything about, and practice on that. You know, to reset the neck on it, or heat the bridge up and take it off. I'm talking about acoustic guitar, but electric, you know, same thing. Alright, Snuthin's third question. What do you make of these DIY guitar kits? I saw a build on your Martin kit. I saw a build your own Martin kit online for pretty cheap, and it's oh so tempting. If you look through my videos, you'll see That was supposed to be, I put a kit together for a guy one time, or finished it. His dad started it, and I finished it. And it was a Martin kit from what I understand, and it did not have the right neck with the guitar. The neck was like for a D35, and the body, if I remember, was like a D28. And the dovetail joint didn't even come close to matching up, man. Wasn't even close to matching up. So, you know, you got to be careful there. On the cheap ones I'm talking about. I don't know what they paid for that one that I worked on, but anyway, he goes on to say, I played guitar for 16 years, and until I started watching your channel, I knew nothing about the anatomy of a guitar, and I'm starting to feel the urge to hit the pawn shop, that's what I was trying to think of, and find a guitar to play with that isn't the main guitar my daddy bought me on my 11th birthday. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Well, it's nothing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your questions. I hope that helped. All right, Piper McCoy. I remember you, dude. Yeah, we talked before. Hey Randy, I watched your video today on Q&A and forgot about this community section, and just read your reply to my previous question. Now, I just read your reply to my previous question now. Came on to ask you about sending you a thank you for all the help you have given me, especially in what to look for when buying a guitar. If it wasn't for you, I would have bought 2 duds and would have lost money. Instead, I bought 2 and I can make money. So I owe you, mate. Would like to join you on your Patreon, but don't use credit cards or do internet banking. Surely there are others in this world as strange and old-fashioned as me. I would like to know if there's another way. So next Q&A you do, which is this one. I lost my place. I know how busy you are, and I don't want to infringe on your time. I believe in win-win, and so far I've been doing all the winning. So let's get rid of my guilty feelings. Ha ha. Well, Piper, I was like that for a long time, man. I just did not trust online banking and electronic transfer funds and that kind of thing, but I studied up on it. It was actually a lot more secure than I thought it was. A lot of y'all know I used to be a hacker many years ago, and I paid for it. I got in trouble, and I'm not going to go there. But anyways, through that, I learned just how secure this stuff is. But I understand if you don't want to use it, you know, fine. I pay everything, man. I pay all of our bills online, everything online. I get paid online, you know, usually. All right. Way to do it, I guess a lot of people send me checks, like personal checks or business or company checks, you know. They just write it out for whatever they want and send it to me. Some of them pay for their instrument work that way, and some of them just donate to the channel or me, you know, through a personal check like that. So you could do that. That's right, you know, if that's what you want to do, man. I sure would appreciate it, I can tell you that. And I guarantee you it'll get here. Of course, I have a PayPal. You know, I don't know if you use PayPal. Outside? Woo! Outside? Woo! Everybody got to go outside now! Woo! I use PayPal. That's another form. I get paid a lot through that, and donations and things like that. So if you have, of course, you probably don't do PayPal if you don't do the electronic transfer funds and all that jazz. But yeah, you know, just a check or a box of tools, man. Can always use tools. That's about really the only thing I know to tell you on that. How to do it. I appreciate it. Whatever you do, thank you, man. Alright, Jeff Hutchings. He sent me a box of stuff just not very long ago. I did an unboxing on it. Randy, I have a few guitars, and I am wondering a good temperature for the room that I keep them in outside their cases. Love the channel. Hold on. That's what it says. Well, Jeff, a good, it's not really so much the temperature as it is the humidity, but a good temperature is around anywhere between 70 and 80 degrees. You know, I wouldn't go much over 80 because, you know, the glue gets off and it starts getting hot. But 70 to 80 degrees, and they're going to be fine, man. Keep your humidity in that room 45 to 55%. And your guitarists, you'll never have any trouble. They'll love you, and you and them both will be happy. Alright, this question is from Madame 3167. Hey Randy, looking for some tips on how to go about putting some sort of finish on a satin finish acoustic. I don't want to refinish it. I want to protect and enhance it a bit. She's got a few marks and dents, but I want it as it is, just nicer. What would you suggest? Some sort of oil? Take care, Mart. Well, wow, that's tough, man. You don't want to refinish it, but you want it better than it is. I would just recommend a good polish, man. I use, where is it, man, when you need it? Wow. I use this stuff right here. Smith Pro Formula Plus Polish. Smith Pro Formula Polish. There's what the bottle looks like. I don't know if you can see that for the glare or not. These lights are mighty bright. Suzanne, you know who you are. Thank you for telling me about this stuff. This stuff is great, man. And it will leave a protective coating over that guitar. I mean, you're not going to be able to see it. You have to apply it maybe once every month or so. You should just wipe your guitar down. I want to do a video here pretty soon on polishing guitars the way I do it, excluding buffing them. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, try this stuff here, man. It puts a shine that won't quit. I've used it on many different types of finishes and never had no chemical reaction or anything bad or ugly happening. Cross my fingers, knock on wood. So far, that ain't even wood. Alright, XDR, X-Doctor maybe, XDR wants to know. It says, just got a Yamaha FG 830. I like everything about it except the fretboard makes a scratchy noise for every bend I make. How can I get rid of that? Well, you're going to need some sandpaper if it's very bad. You can, you might be able to take this stuff I use all the time, semi-chrome, half-inch semi-chrome polish. Man, I don't believe you, I can't tell if you can see that or not. This stuff is great for polishing frets, but I usually, this might do it. This alone might do it. It depends on how bad your frets are scratched. That's the problem. Your frets is probably very rough, and you need to, if they're bad, that won't work. If they're bad, you'll have to get sandpaper. Now I use like 800 grit, go over them with 800 grit sandpaper, then go over them again with 1000 grit, then 1200, then 1500, and then 2000 grit, and then I use this polish. And you won't have any more scratchy frets. It's funny you'd say that because there's luthiers around here, man. I've bitched about them forever. They, well, I was playing music with a guy just not very long ago. He was playing a banjo and he was bending strings, and I could hear that, you know. It's just god-awful scratchy sound. I'll tell you something about Jimi Hendrix in a minute if I don't forget. And he was talking about just having the frets done on that banjo, and I said, man, you got to be kidding me. He said, no, he drove a long way, he's had the frets done. He paid like 400 some bucks for it. And he went back and complained about them all being scratchy like that. And you know what the luthier told him? He said, oh, just keep bending them, keep playing them, they'll get smooth. Wow. I mean, I would never let an instrument leave here like that if it was in here to have a fret job on it. What was I going to tell you about Jimi Hendrix? I read this. I don't know how true it is, so don't, you know, don't stake me to a cross if it's not true, but it probably is. I read where Jimi Hendrix liked for certain frets to be like that, to be rough. So he could get, you know, a long sustain just by, you know, giving it this number, you know, across the fret. And it makes sense, too, if you're standing in front of a big stack and got a lot of distortion on it and you're doing a vibrato thing, it probably would just keep going if your fret was really rough, you know. Like I say, I don't know how true that is, but it seems like it makes sense to me. So, X-Doctor, I hope that answers your question. Alright, that looks like all of them. Yeah, that's it. So I'll say it again. I'm going to put a link down here in the description. If I can, I'll put one up here. I don't know if it'll let me do it up here or not. But there'll definitely be one in the description. It'll take you to the community tab on this front page of this channel that you're watching right now. And there's a thread that says ask your questions here. I think something like that. Maybe it just says ask your questions here. I'm pretty sure it's what it says. I don't know. I can't remember too good. Y'all know that problem I have. I can't remember too good. But anyways, I'll put the link down here below in the description. You can click on it. Take it to the community tab. Ask your question here, that thread. And we'll make another one of these videos. Anything you want to ask me, go there and do it. And when we get a few of them built up like this again, Earl's around. He must be. We get a few videos like this, a few questions built up like that again. I'll come back and do another video like this, and I'll answer your question. Thank you guys for all the ones that ask questions and participate in this. It's a lot of fun. I like doing it. And you gotta do it, man. Don't say nothing, just do it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you cats next time. No, should have went off. Should be off right now. Earl, you bastard.